Hi everyone. So this is another window where I practice confidence. Basically, this app will ask me some questions, and I have to answer it. And by answering, I'll discover something about myself. And at the same time, the app will analyze my voice, the way I use the words. Is it better? Is it worse? Or was I confident or not? Those all questions it will try to answer. So if I have to answer what's my favorite thing about where I work, so right now I work in an analytics company, and the good thing here is that people at the senior level, uh, they are very accountable. In other words, if there is some work, they will ensure that it is done and the client is happy. And at the same time, the senior people or people who have joined the company 3 years back are very friendly in nature. They will try to ensure that they help us out in every possible manner. uh, and you'd sometimes feel guilty that oh my god, he or she is helping me so much, should I be not taking that much help? But they don't feel that way. However, if you see the people who have joined recently, the quality has degraded, I can say for sure. Neither you can take help from them, nor you can set them accountable. They are not at all doing anything great, and the company has hired because they experienced fast growth and they had to take more resources or hire more people. So I would say somewhere the quality has degraded, but the best thing or the favorite thing where I work is the senior people. They are very helpful and very accountable in nature. Okay, now next, what is one fact about you that might surprise your colleagues? So it's not something that will surprise me, but since I have been working remotely, there's a different aspect when you work remotely. You only tend to speak or talk only things related to your work. If work talks are done, then you disconnect the call and you go back to your own work. However, when we interact physically or when someone is with me, I mean, I have seen it. I can make some jokes, uh, kind of like a stand-up comedy, instant jokes. Obviously, stand-up comedy is too high, but yeah, in those levels, I can make people laugh immediately. So that aspect is something which people can see when they are near me or when we work physically closer, not this remotely. Next, what do you like about virtual meetings? Again, as I said, the good thing about virtual meetings is that you need to be thorough with the content of your presentation. You need to be very clear about what you want to present. Here, your appearance, the way you dress, the way you stand is irrelevant. Although face is visible, as you can see here, face is visible. But yeah, it doesn't distract. But when you are presenting a full-fledged in real for physical life and physical environment, then you have to think of everything. What are your hand gestures? How is your body movement? Are you standing still at one point in time? Are you moving here and there or not? How is your eye? How good is your eye contact? Are you seeing everyone in the audience, or you're just focusing on only on one person? So all these things comes when you go to the physical nature, but here in virtual meetings those are not present. Only you need to focus on the content and the way you speak, because people hear, right? Majority of, maybe people might not see in case your video is switched off, but they will hear what you're speaking. So your voice and your content should be absolutely great. Next question, what do you dislike about virtual meetings? I have already mentioned this. The problem is we only talk work to work or point to point. We don't discuss beyond work, even though there are some sessions where we conduct these virtual games, some chit chat, but people don't open up as easily as they would open up when they are working in office. Next question, if the CEO of your company asked for your advice on how to improve company, what would you say? This I have told one thing earlier. So, as I said, the quality of resource is the most important criteria of a company doing well. If we have great projects because sales team or the BD, business development team, is bringing good amount of projects, but while in the execution or the ground level, if there are no good resources, then it will be very difficult to execute what we want, and there could be a lot of escalations. And if client is unhappy, they might not give any new projects. So as I said, the people who all are working, they should be of great quality. If required, the company should hire people with good experience or good knowledge. Obviously these will later turn out to be great asset for the company. Next question: what would you like to accomplish in the next year? So currently, I'm working in a project. I want to lead multiple projects in the next year, so that I will have more visibility on the management front, and I will also gauge how bad or how good I am with managing people. If you could work in any industry, what would it be and why? So I don't know. Right now, I work in a analytical service industry, where we provide, or where we as a vendor provide services, analytical services, to clients, to Fortune 500 clients. So if I were to work in another industry, I don't know any specific industry, but I want to work closely with the customers, with the end customers. So like a product based company where you need not worry about the client, rather you focus your entire energy on making the product great. In that aspect, you will learn many things. But here, what happens is that client has given some work. Your job is to ensure that you deliver it in whatever manner the client asks. There's a very funny quote here, in work: client is your god until the project is over. Next question: what advice would you give to a new employee on the first day? On the first day, if I have to give an advice, then it would be that don't show off, don't appear as if you are smart kid. People don't like that. It's okay, it's fine if you are genuinely curious, you are asking a lot of questions, but ensure that you keep that habit going forward. It's not that just for sake of getting recognition or attention. In the initial few days, you ask a lot of questions, but finally, when you are supposed to work, you're not doing that good amount of work. So, in other words, you are like, what is this one word? Under promise, over deliver. But in this case, what happens is over promise, under deliver, which I don't want. I'll skip this. What is a lesson that took you a long time to learn? Yeah, this is very important thing. So prior to working in the current company, it was always an easy job. So very defined, very dependable, very structured. So I always worked only during these or within these limits, not beyond that. But now there is no structure. Client comes in and say, I want this, that, but whereas we don't have that many resources. So now I'm understanding that you have to prioritize some requests given the limited time frame or the limited resources that you have. How best can you do to uh, make it work as per the requirements of the client? I think I'll end this practice here. Thank you, everyone.